Hey guys, welcome back to Sweet Creek Thrift. If you're new here, my name is Candi and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay. And today I have a thrift haul for you guys. I went to Goodwill on May 17th, was this particular trip. And I have picked up a variety of things to share with you guys today. And I am going to be posting all these items on my Poshmark and eBay, maybe Depop, depending on the item, which is rare. But I am thinking about getting a cross-listing service. So, and I did move again. Last time I was in my bedroom. Today I am essentially in our dining room that is currently being served as our living room. And so my couch is here. I have the items I'm going to share with you, some of them here. And my lawnmower is outside. Yeah, it's kind of a mess out there. Our other lawnmower. Anyways, so we live out in the country, so a lot of stuff going on out here. But anyways, so you get to see my beautiful background today as I share with you. So I am going to show clothes first, and then some hard goods, and that includes the golf information. So if you saw my thumbnail and you're here for the golf tops, I'm going to be sharing those near the end, so you can fast forward if you would like to. I just want to let you know now because I'm going in order of what I wrote down when I was comping everything, and so I'm going to be reading off of my book that I have right here. Whoop, bumping my camera. So anyways, I'm going to start with the first item, which was this brand I've never heard of. I don't know if it's vintage or what, but it doesn't look like a super vintage tag, but I think it's White Mark, and it's a size 2XL, but it is this beautiful, like a cheetah leopard animal print bathrobe, and it's a really soft, fuzzy, like fleece material. And it's in excellent condition. I haven't seen any flaws or anything going on with it. It has the waist sash that goes with it. And yeah, I just thought that was super cool. It has pockets on the front. So yeah, it's just a really nice, kind of hard to show you in the pictures. But another feature that I thought was really cool is the edge of the collar area that runs down the front has this I don't know if you can see on there, but it's like a rippled effect. So I just thought that was really cool. So it's gonna be fun when I hang it up on a hanger and get pictures of it. So this item I paid $5.59, and I did look up comps. I couldn't find the exact brand, but I looked up like similar robes. I tried to do material, like find a fuzzy style of a material, and I found one that sold for $35, and it was like a long animal print like this. So I'm going with $35, and we'll hope that it sells for about that. The next item is, this is a vintage sweater. I did get a lot of sweaters on this trip, which is fine because before you know it, fall and winter will be back. But this was a vintage, super cottage core-y. It's an open, it's not completely open front. It is an open front cardigan, but it has buttons. So I don't know how to, I wish I could have hung this all up, you guys, but we're in remodeling and it is a pain right now. So this is just a really fun, colorful front. The back is plain cream, and it says knitted by hand. And it's this international sportswear.co extra touch tag, which I couldn't really find, but it does have this other tag at the top that says knitted by hand right here. And it's a 2X. It's not the best material as it's rainy and acrylic. So normally I wouldn't pick it up, but I think for style, I think that it might do well. I am gonna wash it because it looks like it could use a good wash. So I'm gonna give it like a nice hand soak. But yeah, it's super colorful and fun. I think somebody out there's gonna love it. The people that like this vintagey grandma core stuff. I paid $5.59, and I think I can sell it for around $20 to $25. The next item is a new with tags dress. I picked it up just because it was new with tags, but it's also a velvet burnout, and it's just this fun I probably should have comped it in the store, but it is Wild Fable. It is a good size. It's XL, and it's kind of almost like an off the shoulders, but almost to the edge of your shoulders right there style. And it's almost like a swing skater dress. So it's really pretty. The sleeves would be like somewhat sheer lacy look with the floral roses. So yeah, this is adorable. It's probably better for like Christmas, but yeah, that's okay. Most of what I got on this trip of these clothing items, not all of them, but several of them, I think are going to be great for like a fall listing in the fall to winter time. But I might just go ahead and post them anyways, just so that they're already listed. That item I paid $6.59, and when I did comps, I'm really looking at only getting $15 to $25. I'm gonna try to push it to $25, but I think the comps were really more around like $15. So, but it is new with tags. It is a good size. And if I wait until like the end of the year and then post it closer to like fall Christmas, I think it would do better, which I might go ahead and set aside some of the items until that season, so that way they get posted as a new item in the season it's most likely to do the best. As long as I have other stuff to list, and I've been keeping up with like buying enough items. In fact, I have got two bags of shoes, they're small, 2 decent sized bags of clothes right here that I haven't even gone through yet. I just spent the last few hours working on going through all the comps for these items to try to figure it out and like just get a like grasp on everything that I picked up. So it takes me a while to go through all of that, and then I wanted to share it with you guys. So anyways, the next item, this one I'm gonna try to post pretty quick because this would be perfect for the 4th of July. And it is by Loft, and it's this striped tank, kind of like a maxi dress. It might be more like a midi depending on who's wearing it, but it could be maxi. And it's just like a nice basic, but it's a red, white, and blue stripes. It has the tag, or not the tag, the sash that goes with it, the waist tie, and it's Loft extra large, so it's a good size. I just think this one will be a really nice, fun dress for the 4th of July. And I picked this up for $6.59, which is what they charge for dresses, I think. And I think I can sell it for $20 to $30, kind of in that range. I might post it on the lower side because not all my all of my 4th of July, like patriotic, red, white, and blue stuff doesn't seem to sell the best. But anyways, we will see. We will see. So I'm hoping that it will sell pretty quick. The next item is by Sincerely Jules, and I have sold several of the items before. I've never sold, like I sold boots, like a combat boots by this brand. I've sold a cute little like sweater, pullover, cropped sweater with like pastel colored flowers. And here is Sincerely Jules Active, and it's just a plain black. It does have like the seams that go right here under your bust, so it's kind of like a I don't know what it's called, baby doll style maybe. And then it has pads for in the boob area, and it's a crop. Here's the brand logo, Active, and it's US size large, so it's a good size. I don't know that this one was gonna sell for like as much as the other items, but I did get it half off. It was orange, so I paid, well, that is interesting. I think I wrote down the wrong one. I paid $4.59 for this, but I just, yeah, orange was half price. Now I'm curious. Let me look at my thing. Ow! I pulled my hair. Shirt. So yeah, I think this one was actually the one. I marked off the wrong one. This one was probably like $2.30, so I'll have to fix that later, but it doesn't matter because I just swapped two. So I think I paid only like $2.30 for this item, and I think it will sell for $10 to $20 is kind of what I'm gonna go for. The next item I may keep for myself if it doesn't sell, but because it is my size and I can wear it. But it's this Looney Tunes Space Jam. It's not really like something that I care to watch too much, but it is a pink. It's got that kind of like dotted, I don't know what you call it. It's like a heathered, what do you guys call this dotting? I have no idea. I'm gonna have to look that up. But anyways, I did see several of these for sale. I've seen a few that are sold, but they were smaller sizes. And since this one is a 3XL, I think that it would do a little bit, do all right. So I'm gonna try posting it. I paid only $1.50, and so I could wear it in the summer around the house or mowing the yard. But I might try to sell it, and I'm hoping to get like 15 to 20 for it. The next item, you know, I love Dutch Brothers coffee. I found one of their t-shirts, so I went ahead and grabbed it. It's probably not the best flip, but I'm gonna offer it to my daughter before I try selling it. But this is just a basic gray t-shirt, and it has like these smiley faces on it on the front and the logo. It is a size, it says large, but this is no large. This could be a youth large, but this is definitely not gonna fit. Like width-wise, yes. Like if you were to wear this as a large youth, like a junior's crop top, perhaps, but I don't believe it would be a unisex, definitely not a men's large. And usually these are unisex items. It is 100% cotton, so I don't know. But yeah, maybe that's why these didn't have a good resale value on this particular item. They're selling around $10. So I wrote $10. I did pay $4.59, so it's really not a flip I would do again. But I think I might save that item for, I really think I might do a t-shirt shop like on Shopify. What is it called? Shopify, right? Anyways, I'm thinking about making my own like website. What do you guys think? I'm thinking about just doing unisex style t-shirts and just have a bunch of t-shirts on there. I don't know if it would do good, but it would avoid the fees on the platforms. If I were, of course I'd have to pay the fees to do. Anyways, I'll have to figure it out. I haven't decided yet. But it's something that I was thinking about doing so that I can get like t-shirts and put all my t-shirts on a website, and then on like eBay and stuff I would have everything else, but I haven't decided. Okay, so this one is a really pretty women's blouse, plus size 3X by Alfred Dunner Woman, and there's a little logo. So yeah, I thought that was a fun print pattern. It's really vibrant and colorful in red, white, and black. So I think somebody would like this. This would be a good blouse for like office, you know, going to the office, so businesswoman type. So I think this would be a nice one for somebody out there. And I paid $4.59 for it, and I think, so most of Alfred Dunner's, what I found was going for $8 to $12. But I did find one that sold for $28 that was in this size. It was not at all this color. It was like a really light pastel with butterflies on it. So it's completely the opposite print and patterns. It had, I think, button-ups. So I don't know, like, if I'm gonna get what I'm hoping, but I didn't see anything that looked like this either that had sold anyways. So I just don't know. I'm gonna just try and push it because I really think this is super colorful, vibrant, and fun. So I think this one might do a little bit better than some of the other ones. And I'm gonna try to get like 15 to 28 for it, but it may not. The next item is a vintage, kind of like an oversized pastel. Well, it's pastel and hot pink. If you can see that, the roses, floral. It's not the best material, but this is like an 80s thing. It's got the shoulder pads. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, back in the day when I was really little, they always put shoulder pads and everything. In fact, I have another item coming up with shoulder pads. Kind of funny. So I decided to get it, and I'm gonna post it that like that it's vintage 80s oversized. I found one comp. It's a different pattern, but it is a similar kind of sweater like this, and the girl is like wearing it with like leggings or whatever, and like an oversized 80s look. So I thought that was kind of fun. And this one's really colorful, and so I think it'll do all right. It's a brand called Hauerwa. I don't know. What do you guys think? How do you say that? Hauerwa. I don't know. Anyways, it was interesting, but I picked this up for $5.59, and I think I can sell it for $20 to $25. That one that I was talking about, it sold for $24.99. So I'm gonna try to get like 20 to 25. This is by John Mark. It's a size large. And again, this is a good one for fall because it's like an orange and navy or like an orange and blue checkered plaid. And it is a women's top. It has just like a half, the buttons are on the front are just like half. So they don't go all the way down. So it's more like a tunic pullover. And I would say 3/4, but it goes pretty far down. So it's like a half button tunic top, checkered plaid. So this would be a really nice one for the fall, you know, autumn and fall season, and going into winter would be fine. And it's polyester and spandex, so it's not like, it is a little bit stretchy. Yeah, the material stretches a little bit. It's in excellent condition, so I think I might be holding off on this one and posting it a little bit later. That one I paid $3.59, and I'm pretty sure it was half price. So that item I paid $3.59, and I think I can get $30 for it. I had seen a comp when I was in the store. I couldn't quite find the exact one now, but I do remember seeing a comp for something almost identical in a different color, and it was pretty good comp, so I picked it up. Okay, so the next item is this dress by Lily Rose, and it's a really pretty floral. It's kind of got like a navy blue, pink, yellow, golden floral, and it's got the fluttery sleeves that are semi-sheer, and a faux top, wrap top. I don't know if you guys can see that. A faux wrap top, and then the hemline of it is like a high-low hem. Here, I'm gonna hold it like over here. So like it has the whole high-low hem, which I know is not super popular right now, but I think it's gonna come back a little bit. I'm not sure, but with the whole Y2K thing happening, I think somebody would still like this for like the summer, maybe a wedding. So I'm hoping it'll sell. So I picked this one up. I paid $3.30, so it was half price, and I think I can sell it for 20 to 25. Okay, so the next item is this nightie. So this is a vintage nightgown, and it's a really pretty blue, light blue, and it has these like kind of like a semi-sheer half sleeve that's a puff sleeve, a little bit of lace at the ends, and then here's lace, and it has one of those like little bows that they had in the vintage, and then it's a button up. It has some buttons, and yeah, it's so pretty. Okay, so anyways, I like to pick up these weird vintage items. I don't know why, but it is what it is. This is by a brand called Tex Sheen. Says size 34, I'm not really sure. It's 100% nylon, and it was manufactured by Russell Newman Manufacturing Co. in Denton, Texas. So I think that's why the brand is called Tex Sheen. And don't mind my nails, you guys. I really have to redo my nails right now, but there's the logo. I usually try to redo my nails on Mondays, but with all the stuff we've been doing, they keep getting beaten up. The kitten, dealing with the kitten, and like all the stuff I've been doing, and our water heater died. Well, not, yeah, the water heater's like leaking, and so we've been moving everything. I've been mudding and sanding my office walls. It's like so much work right now, so my nails are just taking a beating. It is what it is. Oh, so that item I paid $3.59, and I think I can get 25 to 35. The next item is a vintage dress. I'll kind of show it if I can, but it's like really pretty, flowy, lined. It's got a really beautiful peachy pink floral color. It is sleeveless, so it's perfect for summer. It is a vintage, it's R&M Richards Woman logo. And you can barely read this other tag. Oh, but you can read it a little bit, but it is a size 16W. The tag is pretty beat up. So yeah, but this is so beautiful, and I'm going to try to get $50 to $60 for it. I paid $6.59. So we'll see if that goes. But I am gonna put like Y2K and some of those, like all those like wedding guests, all of those kind of keywords. So hopefully I can get somebody to pick that one up. The next item is these Under Armour, and it is a loose, I think this was the loose, yeah, it's called Under Armour Loose. So it's these men's jogger pants. I picked them up because I think they'll sell all right. So they are gray with like a black accented trim on the waist. It's elastic waist. My brain was like, I can't think straight. Elastic waist with the drawstring, and then the pockets have zippers, which is nice. And then there's a pocket right here on the back. And so this item was half price, which is why I picked it up. Otherwise I probably wouldn't have, but I paid $3.30, and I think I can flip it for about $20. And my husband actually thought he could fit it. He's lost 40 pounds. So he's gone down in size, but I told him it's not gonna fit you, and he managed to squeeze himself into it, and he looked like he was wearing leggings. I said, no. He's like, but he was like saying, well, I could wear them around the house. But once he put them on, he realized he wouldn't wear them because they are way too tight. They weren't super tight, but they're tight enough that it's not what. My husband does not wear tight fitting clothes, so it's kind of funny. You guys should have seen it because he was all wiggling his butt and stuff. He's like, do. I was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work for you. It was so funny though. Okay, the next item is women's within. This one I picked up because gingham is pretty popular right now, and it's a very big plus size, and it's super, of course, I love pink and white, and it's pink and white gingham, and I love pink, but this is a 30W, which I don't see that size hardly ever. Like, I don't even know that I've ever really come across a 30 very much. I might get like a 24, 26, but like 30 I don't really run across. So I thought somebody might really like the fact that this is perfect for summertime. It's colorful, and gingham is pretty popular right now. So I decided to go ahead and try and sell them. I did pay $6.59, which is the normal price for pants. And I only think I'm gonna get 15 to 20. So it's probably not the best flip idea, but I'm gonna try to post it for more and see if I can get like 28 to 30. And then if not, I'll have to go ahead and go down to like 15. And then I'll just make my money back basically. So this item is another little 90. I thought it was in excellent condition. I didn't see anything wrong with it. And it's ivory. It has a nice cut at the top and the lace straps, and then at the bottom is lace as well, and it's like a little nightie or slip dress. And where's the tag? Okay, somewhere in here it is. And so this one is by Cabernet, and it says size 42 and 24 inches, and it is all nylon. Whoops. I don't know if you could see that. But anyways, there you go. Cabernet. Let's see. So that one I paid $3.59, and I think I can get 15 to 20 for this. I thought it was really pretty, and I think I can flip it. There's people that like little like 90s and stuff. So yeah, I think I'll get a flip off that. It might take a little while. Okay, so the next item is set of drapes. So we're getting into like the hard goods now. This is a set of drapes. I'm sure it came off a pallet or something, I'm guessing, because they had this with it, and it's by VHC Brands. It says Mayflower Market Colonial Inspired Americana Collection, short panel set of 2, 63 by 36 inch with 3.25 inch rod pocket. And it comes with 2 panels, and I think it was supposed to be half price, which is why I picked it up, because it says orange. Orange was the half price tag, but she charged me the full price. I don't really feel bad about it, but because one of my golf clubs coming up, she didn't charge me for. But so I don't know. Maybe she realized and she just didn't charge for one of them. I'm not sure. But so I basically paid $8.89, and it says regular retail $105, which is baloney. I looked it up online, and you can buy this on Amazon for $45 brand new. So I'm gonna try and get like $30 for it, maybe 30 to 35, but it is a brand new, and if you are interested in it, there's the pattern. Anyways, so there's that one. Let's see. Next is, okay, next are the belts. I did get 5 belts, so I'm going to show you guys all the belts really quick. I picked up 5 of them. I just kept finding different ones. So this is by Target, and I'm pretty sure it's Wild Fable, but it says Target. It's in excellent condition. It literally looks brand new. And it's like this lavender, like lilac purple, or not lilac, but more of like a lavender purple. And then it's got the grommets, but they're like daisies, which is really cool. And it like looks almost brand new. So somebody probably wore it a couple times and that was it. So I thought that was a fun design that somebody might like it. The belts were all the same price. They were all $2.39. This one I did comps, and really I don't think I'm going to get more than $8 to $12. So probably not the best flip for that one. The next one is this vintage fossil belt. So this one has a braided and like studs going on it, and it's kind of like I don't know, like I guess you could say punk and grunge, that kind of vibe. And you can kind of see it has fossil. I don't know if you can see it, it's on there. It is genuine leather. It says fossil, size small. So I think I can get 15 to 20 for this one. The next one I think was this one. Yeah, this one I couldn't find a brand at all. Well, I could. Okay, this is the one I couldn't read it. It's worn off. So if you know what that logo is, let me know. All I could get was that little bit made out. So it says something says N Canarius, and the words at the top almost look like Nautica, but it says ATICA. Anyways, I tried putting that in Google with bow. Like I kept coming up with stuff, it just didn't seem right. So I couldn't figure it out, but I'm pretty sure this is leather, genuine leather, and at least it really looks like it or feels like it, but it may not be. So I'm just gonna say I'm not sure, but I do think it might be. And it has this sort of design on it. So yeah, and it's pretty long. So, and it's in good condition. In fact, sometimes it says on the buckle, but I don't see, the buckle's got a bit of wear, which I didn't see till now, but we'll see. So I'll post it and just see what I get for it. I'm hoping to get 20 to 25 for that one. This one said made in Haiti. It's by Textan. So here's the logo, Textan. And then over here, it actually has all the prints on it, which is really nice. It says size 32. It's made in Haiti, lined with man-made materials, genuine hand-laced steer hide in 1502. And there's the buckle. And then I just thought it was really pretty. So it's kind of like a wicker inset in this section here, is like a wicker material, like a straw. And yeah, I just thought that was really nice. So, and it's in good condition. All of the belts I picked up because I thought they were in decent condition. So yeah, that's interesting. This item, I think I can get maybe 20 to 25, but it is on the small side, so maybe more of a youth belt. And then this last one I picked up just because it was new with tags. It's by the brand George. It's just a plain brown. It's not leather, but it is really long, and it is man-made materials. Yeah, it's got the tags on it. So yeah, I don't know. I'll just put it in my drawer and wait till somebody buys it and I flip it for a little bit. But I paid $2.39. I think I did see one comp for this exact item with the same size and everything, and it sold for $12. So it's not like a great flip or anything, but I think it'll sell eventually. Okay, so then we're getting close, you guys. I'm on the last page. The next item is, or I'll just do 2 items. I have 2 flashlights I picked up. This one is by Ducks Unlimited. And I do still have to test them to make sure they work. That I haven't done yet. It's got like the little like Ducks Unlimited logo on this tag thing. And it looks like it's in good condition. I checked the inside, it wasn't rusty or anything. So I do need to put some batteries in and test it. I couldn't find any sold comps. I've seen a few people that had Ducks Unlimited new in like a packaging, and not this small one, but like a bigger one with like a wider head on it. And they're trying to get like $80 for that one. I don't really know, because I thought I'd seen some comps that were sold comps, but when I looked today, I couldn't find them. So I don't know how that happens, but I like looked and looked and looked, like Google Lens did. I like looked everywhere. So I paid $1.49. I'm not really out. I'm gonna hope I can sell it between 10 and 30. I don't know. The next item is by Rayovac, and it's a premium grade Rayovac Sportsman. So like there's the like logo right here, and it's a metal flashlight. It also has a magnet attachment, which I found several for sale. I mean, well, for sale and sold of this particular item, but a lot of them don't have this like magnet attached to it. And some of them are like dinged a lot with like dings, like I don't know what you call it, dings and stuff. It also has like a little like thing that flips down at the end of it. So again, I do need to test it to make sure it works, but it's got a little bit of wear on the inside. If you can see like right here, you can kind of see it's starting to like, I don't know what that's called. Like the material is starting to like, it's not like, I guess you could say it may be rusting, right? What do you call this? Tarnish? It's not tarnished, but yeah, it's just starting to wear. So I paid $2.49, and I think I can get, let's see, where did I put it? 15 to 25. I've seen a few comps that were sold, and like I said, they didn't have the magnet part of it, so I'm hoping to get that much. Okay, so now we're gonna be on to the golf clubs, and my daughter's calling, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished that call with my daughter. That was the second time she called me, so I was like, okay, fine. I probably should find out what's going on. Nothing emergency. She just wanted to make sure I wasn't dying, since I didn't pick it up the last time she called, which was just a little bit ago. So anyways, the next items I'm on to are the golf clubs I picked up. So here's the thing. With golfing, I have never picked up golf clubs to resell. I am a completely noob at doing golf clubs, and I hadn't done tons of research, but I have seen a lot of people talk about golf clubs on their videos when I watch other content creators on YouTube, and so it's kind of sparked my interest. And I don't actively go out looking for golf clubs. However, if I'm at a Goodwill and I'm already there and I find a golf club or a set or whatever, I would like to be knowledgeable enough to know when something's worth decent money. So I'm not going out like hunting for them at garage sales and taking away from other resellers who are actively just reselling golf clubs, but it is a nice knowledge to have if you're doing reselling, in my opinion. And since I obviously am doing not just clothes, but I'm more of an everything seller, but I just because if something strikes my interest, I'll pick it up to see if I could flip it. But some things I'm like, I test the waters, and if I don't feel confident with doing it, then I probably won't do it again. So in this case, I'm testing the waters to see how I do. Plus I have to learn how to pack them and ship them. And that's gonna be interesting for me, because I don't typically take stuff to a post office. I usually have somebody come pick it up from like USPS. So anyways, I'm gonna have to like get a little bit more, like I've started researching it. And I will say that after I went and got all these clubs, I started watching like a bunch of videos on specifically golf clubs, just to start to build a little bit better of a knowledge base on golf clubs and what's worth picking up and what's not worth picking up. But the only reason I even spotted these was they had brought out one of their new like racks basically, but like one of their new carts. They had a whole bunch of golf clubs in a golf bag, and it had these red Coca-Cola fuzzy head covers. And it just kind of like sparked my interest. So I started pulling them out and I was looking and people started hovering, kind of, not really, but you could see that there was a few people kind of hovering around the aisles. So I took the whole like golf bag and walked over to a corner so I wasn't in the way of other stuff. And then I stood there looking at my phone. And I know that people don't like it when you're hogging whatever, but I was there first, so lo and behold. And so I stood there and I tried to research individual golf clubs in the store. And then at one point I felt like I had been there a while, so I was just like, I give up. I'm not gonna learn everything in 5 minutes. So I went ahead and just grabbed the ones I grabbed. And I made sure that all the ones I grabbed had the soft covers, because I comped those in the store and I was like, oh, okay, great. So, and they weren't charging for the head covers, they just charged for the clubs. So I was like, if I grab a club for each head cover, then it covers it. So I tried to pick out the clubs that I thought would be worth it, and I stuck the head cover on it. So yeah, I ended up with some duds, I'm pretty sure, and I ended up with a couple that might sell okay. So I'm gonna share with you guys the golf club. So if you are a golfer and you're interested in this, then stick around. I do have a picture at the end. The last item is going to be art and artwork that I'm going to share. So if you don't want to watch the golf clubs, golf information, feel free to scroll to the end if you're interested in art. Otherwise, see you later. Thanks for watching this far. Please like my content. I appreciate it. So I'm going to, I have to bend down. They're all on the ground. So I'm going to like find this one. So it is something that I'm going to learn how to figure out, you know, to do better at this. This one is a Patty Berg model. It's a Wilson. I'll just show it to you. If you're a golfer, you know. But it says it's cup defender on this side, and this is not in great condition at all. But on the front of it, I'm trying not to like, it says Patty Berg here. So this one's not in good condition, but what intrigued me was the whole like that it was wood right here. And I have a funny story to tell you guys, but this one's definitely an older one, not in good condition at all. There's nothing listed on the shaft other than it says true temper, whatever right here. So anyways, and it's definitely this one. So I got 7 clubs, or 7, yeah, I got 7. And she only charged me for 6. So like I said, so I don't feel bad about paying full price for the curtains, but I just realized there's some words right here too, but you can't really make it out. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I basically paid $4.49 and I put that I'm gonna get 0. So I put 0 because I don't think I can resell this. I think it was kind of funny. There's also a ding in the wood right here, which anyways, and this is just like for me to learn. So, and I didn't get all the golf clubs. I left behind like a whole set of, like there was a bunch of clubs in one bag. I think maybe some guy maybe passed away. I'm not sure, but because a lot of them were vintage, some of them are vintage items anyways. So or just maybe went to like a living home or something is my guess. So, and this one's in really rough condition. So I really don't know that I'm gonna post it. I might post it just to see if I can sell it, but I just don't expect to get anything for it. So I did write 0. So this would be like a fail, which is fine because it's learning. So the next one is a Wilson. It says Pinehurst, and I am not a golfer either. So you guys, it is a left and it says brassy and it says 4150 right here. And I think this is called a driver. So this is how much I don't know about it, but I'm pretty sure this is the driver. I did look that up, and then I know that the other, I know that this is the shaft, and I'm still learning, so I'll get there. But I'm definitely not a golfer and I never will be, but I think I can like at least learn what would make a good golf club and like what to look for. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. But again, I paid $4.49, and this is another one that I think will be worth 0. Then this one said extra, and it says graphite #1 jumbo 10.5, And then there's no like, and then here's like the inside of it. So anyways, again, I don't think this is worth anything, but maybe this shaft is, because it's by this brand called Swix Performa 90. And the shaft is really nice. So I might post it and see if I can get somebody to buy the shaft. From what I can tell, that this shaft, this Swix brand, makes mostly like skiing poles, but that they dabble or they do a little bit in golf, from what I can understand. But I tried looking up people selling it, and there's only a couple that had sold it with or listed with Swix. So I really don't know. So if you know, please tell me. So yeah, I might just post it, and just because maybe somebody would want this shaft, and then I'll just give them this. So anyways, I put 0 because I really don't know if I'm going to get anything for it or what I would get for it. I couldn't find a decent enough comp to comp it, so I just put 0. I paid $4.49. Losing, won't be getting anything for that. The next one is, yeah, this one. This one says Gibsonized oil tempered wood, which I thought was interesting. And it looks like a wood, an old wood one. And so I don't know. I just thought these like vintage ones were pretty cool, but that doesn't mean they're worth anything. And it does say Gibson Golf Corporation True Tempered Dynamic, whatever, right here. And it definitely looks vintage to me. So yeah. And I know that the grip area is not really a big deal, from apparently most golfers don't care because they can replace it if they need to. So anyways, again, I paid $4.49, and I wrote that I'll get a 0 profit because I really don't know that I'm going to get anything for this either. And my funny story is, and this one kind of makes me feel like this could be one of those situations. When I was doing research, I was reading comments, and I think it was on TikTok, and somebody had posted about how when they first started reselling golf clubs, they had picked up some vintage old wood ones, and I had just picked these up, and they said that they went out to the golf course and they were testing them all out, and the wood head just flew off the shaft basically, and I was laughing because I was like, that's probably what I just picked up. So I just thought that was a pretty funny story that they had posted about. So yeah, that's my hilarious story that I had to tell you guys. So anyways, I put 0 for this one. All right, so this one, I actually think I can sell it. It's called the Whale, and it is, and it says, it is by Wilson. Here's that, Wilson. It says Wilson System 45. And then the front of it, again, it has the whale one. And if you like to see this part of it, here's this part of it. And then it has what's called a fire stick, 2.8. And then it still has like the Wilson up here. So I think this whole thing is Wilson. But anyways, I did find this exact item sold for $60. So I think I can get $60 for it, which is pretty cool. So I think that will at least pay me back for buying all of these, because all of them together was like about $30. It was like 26 or 7 or something like that. This one was Spalding Precision Ground, designed by T.P. Mills putter. And it's like steel or something. It's really old, you can tell, and vintagey, because it looks like a cast iron pot, in my opinion. TPM 9 right here. But overall, it's in good condition. The rest of it, no. And this top part is very old and cracking. But the funny thing is, I found this exact one that had sold, and even the handle was exactly this handle, with like pretty bad shape, just like this. And it sold for $12.99. So I think I can sell it. Just don't think I can sell it for very much. We'll see. And so again, I paid $4.49. And so this would be the 7th one, and she only charged me for 6. So I basically paid $0 for this. And it is, I think, one that might sell. Here's this part of it, if you want to see that. And so this is a vintage putter, I guess. And there's the little marks right there. And then it does have patent information on the top. And basically what I wrote down about this, and when I did some research on Google, it said that this can be an antique vintage collector's item that some people like to collect. So that was interesting. And it said that was most likely around 1910s. And it has a, I guess, hickory wood shaft. And I think it does go all the way down, because it really does look like it's a wood shaft all the way through and through, because you see how the wood is split just a tiny bit right here. So yeah, I think it is completely solid wood shaft. So that's pretty cool. And so anyways, at the bottom down here, it says the New Mills, it's the Ray model, and I put Standard Golf Co. of Sunderland, medium light weight, 9 ounce, 10, what is it? DRS. I can't remember what that stands for, but anyways, and then I put antique hickory wood, and I found that somebody sold, I found a few of these sold between 40 and 60. So I think that this will be another, my husband actually wants to keep it, so, but I haven't told him how much it's worth, so I think I'm gonna sell it. Poor guy. I'm like, it's cool, but if it doesn't sell, he can have it. But I think it will sell because it's in decent condition and we don't need to keep stuff. So I think I can sell it for 40 to 60. And then I'm going to grab these off the ground. So I have a set of 5. These are not in the best condition, but they all have this Coca-Cola embroidered logo, and they are golf club hats or heads covers. And this one doesn't have anything on the top. I have a 4. I have a 3, whoops, 3 and 4. I have another 4, which is in the best condition. And then I have a 1, which is really sun faded and like vintagey looking. So this one's like in the worst condition, and this is in the best. But altogether, I'm gonna try to get $100. I did see some vintage Coca-Cola set of 2 that sold for $50. So they weren't the identical ones, but they were very similar. And so I'm gonna try to sell them for $100 for all 5. And I think because Coca-Cola is like super popular that it might sell. So my goal is to get 100. And then I have one last item, you guys, and that's the artwork. So this is something that I wouldn't normally try to sell, but I just couldn't leave it behind. So I'm gonna try, because like I said, I'm willing to try and see how it goes. So I picked it up. I did pay up for this item, and it's this really cool print. If you can see it, you can see my ring light for sure. So this has the, down here it says De Marcello, and on the back, let me just turn it around, it has Paris on that little tag there. So that actually made me decide to Google Lens it. And when I looked it up, I found that the person who originally did this painting is Eugene Lelip. I can't say it. Hold on. It's Lely Pevre. It's like French. So Eugene Lely oh my God. Okay. Leleprev, whatever. Something like that. And the fact that it's signed De Marcello is kind of interesting. So I was trying to figure out, why would something that was originally somebody else's artwork be signed by somebody else? And this De Marcello is Taurus De Marcello, and apparently he's pretty well known too. So, and I think it's called Hunting Party Giving Chase. I paid $25.69. And I think that when I was Google Lensing it, I had seen a comp that had sold at auction for this exact item, and it sold for around, I think it said $600 or $800, something like that. And I was thinking I could get it and maybe put it on Facebook Marketplace and maybe somebody would like it. But then I decided to go online, and I was trying to Google Lens it just now. And I found an auction place. I think it's called Heritage Auctions, and they're in Dallas, Texas, and I'm in Texas. So I was thinking, well, that's cool. And so I went on their website, and there was a like spot where you could send in artwork, and not like physically, but like you can send photos and like write a little detail about it, and that they would get back to you in a couple days and give you like a free estimate if they think it's auction worthy. So I thought that was pretty cool. If it is auction worthy, I may end up trying to take it up and have them auction it if I think I can get more than what I could just selling it on my own. So worst case, I'm gonna try to sell it for like $200 on Facebook Marketplace. Best case, I could take it to the auction and get, I don't know how much their split is. I'm assuming it's a pretty good split. But best case, I could get like $400, I think. So I don't know. I decided it was worth the risk and the $26. So I decided to try it. So I will keep you guys updated when and if that ever happens, because who knows? I'm not really in like that. I don't usually do artwork, stuff like that. It's not something that I typically will pick up. But at the same time, if you find something that's worth like decent money, it's like, I'm gonna try. So here we are. Anyways, so that's it. That's all my stuff. So I did add it all up. I spent, for all the items that I'm going to be trying to sell, I spent $153.22, not including tax. And if everything sells on my low end, I think I'll get about $870 back, which makes about a $700 profit estimated. So of course it could be higher, it could be lower, just depends on what sells and how much it sells for. And of course it will take time to get all that back, but I think it was a pretty good thrift trip considering that I could get about that much money back. So anyways, I would love to hear any comments if you guys have anything to say about my golf situation and like, I don't know, any tips on that. I have been researching golf stuff. If you have any suggestions, or if you know something I didn't mention and you'd like to tell me in the comments, I'd love to hear it. If you know something about artwork and you know about this, let me know. Or if you have a suggestion, I've never shipped it, so I'm kind of afraid to do shipping for that kind of thing. So it's going to be a whole like experience trying to figure that out. But I am totally willing to learn and see if I can do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep rambling. I'm just gonna get off, you guys, because this has already been really long. And if you saw my last thrift haul, I have a kitten in the other room, and I am going to go and feed it and take care of it and play with it and spend time with it, because my daughter went to work, so she's not there anymore watching it. So I'm gonna go spend time with it so it's not lonely. And I will see you guys on my next video. Thank you, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'll see you next time. Bye.